Well, hello there, fishing friends, and if you're new here, welcome. So in today's video, I am going to cover an item that I got a while back from AMVR. This was sent to me to test, and to be honest, the very first time I tested it, I wasn't that impressed with it. I didn't like it. It felt kind of clunky, and all of these devices that I've ever tried, I've never really liked. So I didn't give it a very good test. Tonight I decided, you know what, I'm going to try it again and see if I can get it to work better. Maybe I'm just doing something a little different. Maybe there's a way that I can get this to work better, and I found a way. So I'm going to go ahead and do a review on this, even though I originally wasn't going to do it because I didn't really like the item. But I've changed my mind. I do like this item, and what this is, it is the AMVR Fishing Rod Accessory. So this is for those of you who like to fish in VR and use two hands. This actually allows you to put this on your controllers, and it locks together. It uses magnets. It's a lot better than some of the other ones I've used where they got little pockets you're trying to find when you got the headset on. You can't see it. This actually has magnets that magnetize together. They're really strong, and so it helps a lot as far as getting that feel. Now, is it 100%? No. But it's not bad. For those of you who do two-handed fishing, I'm not one of them, I do one-handed fishing, but for those of you that do two-handed fishing, you might actually enjoy this. I'm going to go ahead and do an unboxing, kind of show you what all's in there. I'll show you what I originally did, that it just felt clunky and it didn't work well. And then what I'll do is I will show you what I did tonight to try to figure out how to make it better. So let's go ahead and do the unboxing, and I'll show you what's in this kit here. Okay, so when you first open it up, of course you got your instruction manual, and then you have a warranty card. This is a handle that's, it sticks out on the bottom of your controller, and to be honest, I don't think I would ever use it, but yeah, it's there if you want to have that feeling. This locks into the controller that you use for your reeling. And it does have a magnet on the front of it. That round ball there, that's a magnet. And I'll show you how that works with the other part. You do have two handles like this. These are for both the left and the right-handed. So if you fish left-handed or right-handed, they do have a little notch in there for the trigger, or the little side trigger thing. So you'll know which side that these go on. This is for the top of the controller that's basically the reel. This is going to be on the top, so when you're using the casting rod and stuff like that, you'll use this. It does have two different options for doing, so on here you'll connect it to this for your spinning, and then for your casting. Okay, and then this is the actual spinner, and this has the balls that the ball bearings that spin around, and they're actually not too bad. It spins pretty good. And this actually clicks into, one of these here. So when you get it on, it clicks on like that. Then you just push the button in right here, right there, and then it pops off. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these together and kind of show you how they go together. So number one, you can't have, I have these AMVR straps as well. You do have to have these off to use, at least on one side. I do leave it on the other side, but the side that is your reel, not the reeling part, but the actual, like your pole, your fishing pole, you do have to have that off. Again, you're going to line up your notch with this button here. So you just kind of slide that into place, and it fits in there pretty tight. Okay, and that's the very first part. Now, if you wanted to use this, you can. I mean, it just locks into place. It's got a little hole here, and then it's got a little ring around here, and it just kind of locks into place. So you can have a fishing pole. Like I said, I don't know that I would ever use it. I think it would just kind of get in the way, but it's there if you want to use it. Get around my thing there. Now this part here, this goes on this side here as well, and then so you have this big section right here that's open, then you have these latches here. So the open section goes inside of there, And it just snaps into place. See if we can get it to snap. See how you got those snaps there, and it just snaps into place there. So like I said, this is your 2 different casting options. And again, so when you're using your casting rod, that would snap on top like that, and then you have it like that. All right, so just depending on which rod you're using, depends on where you want to snap this. And you'll know when you're in the game, because your hand it'll look funny if you have it in the wrong spot. So all you gotta do is just press this button and then snap it into place. Okay, and then it doesn't go off, it doesn't come off at all. This is what when I originally played, I was having an issue with. It kind of felt clunky, and I'll show you here in a second. I'm gonna put the other side on. So the other side, like I said, I leave my strap on there. You can have it on or off. You have this part. Again, you have this big section here that goes against this black part of the controller, like so. And it just presses down in. You got little snaps right there. And let's see, move it over a little bit until it snaps into place. And that just snaps on there. And then when you are using this, what I was originally doing was I was coming like that, and I was going like this. It wasn't seeing the controller correctly, and it wasn't actually reeling in the game. What I ended up doing is I moved it down like this, and now I'm reeling like that. So it feels kind of funny sometimes. You might not want the strap, and that way you can kind of bring it down and reel it like that. And then that actually reels it in, and it looks good in the game. It actually works. My problem was I was going like that, because that's kind of how it felt better as far as it not hitting it. Sometimes this part here will smack the controller when you're doing it like that. But if you figure it out, you get it just right, you start figuring out, and you get your groove going, and you don't hit it. And it actually works really well. So now I'm going to take you into the game and kind of show you how it looks when I'm playing the game. Okay, so we're going to start off with the spinning rod. Bring my spinning rod up here. This is my Dragon spinning rod. For the spinning rod, and also for float fishing, for using the float rod, you're going to want to have your reel adapter right here. Okay, this is for the spinning rod. Bring it up, and you'll know, because when you put your hand close to it, the magnets will grab, and you can see where your hand looks like it's on there. If it was in the wrong position, then you'd be kind of up here, and it wouldn't look right. So I'm going to go ahead and cast out. I'm going to bring my magnet close to it, and it automatically connects, and then you just pull your trigger and you start to reel in. Now what I was doing before that, I didn't like. See how clunky that looks when you hold it sideways? Now if you bring it down like that, kind of how your hand looks in the game, it looks correct, and it reels in nice and fast. So just cast it out here, let it magnet on, reels in nice and fast. It does kind of make some noise. Sometimes you do hit the controller, but it's not terrible. All right. So I'm not actually going to probably catch any fish with this. Hey, there's a bear over there. Just kind of showing you the reeling in motion and how it looks. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and go over to float fishing. Grab that. Let's get it over here to where I don't catch any fish. There we go. I'm going to put a crawfish on there. I'm going to cast out. Again, let it snap. Hold it kind of like your hand looks like in the game, and it will reel in fine. If you come out like that, it's going to be all goofy and it won't reel good. So see the differences like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to lure fishing. We're going to change our pole. We're going to go over to a casting rod, and we'll do casting rod A. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this part down for a second. Again, we're just going to push the button, take that off, put it on the front there. That's for the casting rod. All right. Now I'm going to grab the casting rod here. Let's find a lure that nothing likes. There we go. And I'm going to cast out there. And on this, you're going to come up a little higher. Let's see if I go like that. It looks goofy, but if I come down like that, like my hand is in the game, it's not too bad. Actually, it's reeling in pretty decently. Pretty fast. So there you go. So that's how it looks like in the game. Let me jump out of the game here, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, so that was the rod attachment. As of right now on Amazon, it's $30 if you want to go out and grab you one of those. Do you need it? No. Is it kind of cool? It is if you are a two-handed fisher. I mean, if you fish in AMVR fishing games two-handed, I did try it in bait. It didn't work that great in bait, but again, this was back when I was doing it sideways, and bait has changed since I tested this originally, so it might work a little bit better, but it didn't work that great in bait. This works pretty decent now in real VR fishing. So if you're holding the controller correctly, and then again, you're going to want to snap it together and hold it, you know, up like that and not sideways like that. As long as you're holding it correctly, it works pretty good. So yeah, I would recommend it if you want a gimmicky thing and you like to do two-handed fishing. It is kind of gimmicky. Do you need it? No, you don't. It helps you from banging your controllers and stuff together. And as far as all the fishing accessories for your rod and reel, I've tested 3 out now, and this is the best one that I've tried. So yeah, AMVR, everything that they've done that I've ever tested has always been great. So I would recommend getting this if you do like two-handed fishing, just to give it a try. So hopefully this video was informative for you. If you were on the fence about running out and grabbing this, again, you might like it, you might not. Amazon has a really good return policy, so you might get it and not like it, and then you can always return it. But you could always give it a shot. You might really enjoy it. So again, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and make sure you give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.